1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Foreign Minister says the Federal Cabinet has postponed the proposal of the Economic Coordination Committee to import sugar and cotton from India. The Speaker National Assembly says a stable and strong Afghanistan is in the best interest of Pakistan and the region. The Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee and the Turkish military leadership at the meetings in Ankara have reaffirmed the commitment to further strengthen cooperation in defence production and security. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian troops in their unabated acts of state terrorism martyred 11 Kashmiris during the last month. The United Nations has warned of a risk of bloodbaths in Myanmar due to intensified crackdown on anti-military coup protesters. The first one-day cricket international of the three-match series between Pakistan and South Africa will be played at Centurion tomorrow. And now the news in detail. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says the Federal Cabinet has postponed the proposal of the Economic Coordination Committee to import sugar and cotton from India. In a video statement, he said clear and unanimous view of the Prime Minister Imran Khan and the Cabinet was that it would not be possible to normalize relations with India until New Delhi reviews the unilateral measures of 5th August 2019. The Speaker National Assembly Asad Kassar says a stable and strong Afghanistan is in the best interest of Pakistan and the region. He was talking to the ambassador of Afghanistan to Pakistan, Najibullah Ali Khail, who called on him in Islamabad today. During the meeting, important issues of mutual interest, including bilateral relations and trade, were discussed. The Speaker said Pakistan wants to promote broad-based trade and investment with Afghanistan. Asad Kassar said relaxation of visa policy for the Afghan students and patients will enable Afghan people to benefit from the health and education facilities in Pakistan. Speaking on the occasion, Najibullah Ali Khail said the Afghan people value their friendly and fraternal relationship with Pakistan. He said Pakistan's valuable services for peace in Afghanistan are commendable. The Chairman Senate, Sadiq Sanjarani, and the Speaker National Assembly, Asad Kassar, have urged the opposition to work jointly with the government on electoral reforms to ensure transparency and impartial elections. During a meeting in Islamabad today, they said the Treasury and the opposition benches should play their due role in meeting the challenges being faced by the country. They also discussed the political situation and parliamentary affairs during the meeting. The Speaker National Assembly, Asad Kassar, has convened a consultative meeting of the Treasury and the opposition benches at the Parliament House in Islamabad tomorrow to review finance-related ordinances. The Law Minister Dr. Farooq Naseem, Finance Minister Muhammad Hamad Azhar, the Advisor on Parliamentary Affairs Dr. Babar Awan, and the Attorney General Khalid Javed Khan will represent the Treasury benches. Ahsan Iqbal, Sardar Ayaz Sadiq, Raja Parvez Ashraf, Sayyid Naveed Qamar and Shahida Akhtar will represent the opposition side. The meeting will review ordinances related to finance according to the Constitution and rules of business of the National Assembly. The Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee, General Nadeem Raza, who is on an official visit to Turkey, called on the Turkish Minister of National Defence, General Retired Hulusi Akar, at Ankara. According to ISPR, the Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee also held separate meetings with the Commander Turkish Armed Forces and Chiefs of the Tri-Services, General Yasser Juller. He also visited the Turkish aerospace industries. During the meetings, both the sides deliberated upon various areas of interest, bilateral cooperation, including security, counter-terrorism and prevailing regional environment, particularly with reference to Afghanistan. The two sides also dilated upon measures to enhance cooperation in the field of defense production and reaffirmed their commitment to further strengthen the excellent relationship. The Turkish military leadership lauded the professionalism of the Pakistan Armed Forces and acknowledged the sacrifices rendered by Pakistan in the fight against terrorism. The Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee was also awarded Turkey's highest military award, Legion of Merit, in an impressive investiture ceremony. Earlier, upon arrival at the Turkish General Staff Headquarters, the Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee was given Guard of Honor by a smartly turned out contingent of the Armed Forces of Turkey. The Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee also laid a wreath at the Martyrs' Monument. The Naval Chief Admiral Mohammad Amjad Khan Niazi has expressed confidence over the operational preparedness of the Pakistan Navy to meet all challenges. He was chairing the Command and Staff Conference of Pakistan Navy that concluded at the Naval Headquarters in Islamabad today. During the meeting, matters relating to geostrategic milieu, national security, operational preparedness, training and welfare of the troops were reviewed. Briefings on various ongoing and future developmental projects of the Pakistan Navy were also given to the Chief of the Naval Staff during the meeting. The forum reviewed the security situation in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and reaffirmed the support for Kashmiris. The conference also discussed COVID-19 situation and reaffirmed the implementation of the government policies to restrict countrywide spread of the pandemic. This is Radio Pakistan. The advisor to the Prime Minister on Commerce and Investment, Abdur Razak Daud, has said the country's exports have reached over $18 billion in the last 9 months. In a tweet today, he said for the 9-month period of July-March of the current financial year, our exports increased by 7% as compared to the same period of the previous year. The Parliamentary Secretary for Railways, Farrukh Habib, says the recent report of the State Bank of Pakistan regarding funding of political parties has revealed that the Pakistan People's Party and the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz have committed crime through concealing facts in the Election Commission. Talking to the media persons outside the Election Commission office in Islamabad today, he said both the opposition parties have been concealing their party accounts. The Parliamentary Secretary of Railways said they have also no details of their donors. He said it is a constitutional obligation on the parties to submit details in this regard to the Election Commission of Pakistan. Farrukh Habib said Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf is the only political party which properly maintained its accounts and furnished details of its donors. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian troops in their unabated acts of state terrorism martyred 11 Kashmiris during the last month. According to the data issued by the research section of the Kashmir Media Service, 3 youths were martyred in a fake encounter. During the month, 51 youths were critically injured due to use of brute force by the Indian police and paramilitary troops on peaceful demonstrators. During the period, the Indian Police, Troops and National Investigation Agency arrested 110 civilians, mostly political activists, youth and students. In Afghanistan, 4 police officials, including a policewoman and an army personnel, have been killed in separate incidents in various parts of the country. In the first incident, 2 police officials were killed by unknown gunmen in Nangarhar and Kandahar provinces today. Earlier, 2 police officers and an army personnel were killed after a Black Hawk helicopter of the National Army made an emergency landing in Helmand province. The Taliban have claimed shooting down of the chopper. However, in a statement, the Afghan Defense Ministry said the helicopter made crash landing after a technical failure. The United Nations has warned of a risk of a bloodbath because of an intensified crackdown on anti-coup protesters in Myanmar. The United Nations Special Envoy on Myanmar, Christine Schreiner Burgini, told the United Nations Security Council that military is not capable of managing the country and warned the situation could worsen. She said the Security Council must consider potentially significant action to reverse the course of events as a bloodbath is imminent. Meanwhile, 2 people were killed during protest demonstrations at several places in Myanmar today. A spokesman for Yemen's Houthi rebels have claimed that the group attacked important targets in Saudi Arabian capital Riyadh using 4 drones. There was no confirmation from the Saudi authorities in this connection. And now cricket. The first one-day cricket international of the 3-match series between Pakistan and South Africa will be played at Centurion tomorrow. The match will start at 1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather with dust-raising winds is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, heat wave conditions are expected in the districts of Punjab, Sindh and Balochistan. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.